Hello and welcome once again to We've Got No Idea What We're Going to Say with Ben Simmons and Nick Murphy.
Hello, it's great to be here.
Here we are, live on Ignite Radio. I think it's fair to say we had a slight stress just before we came on air, didn't we?
It's been stressful to be here, but now we're here, I'm as relaxed as you can be.
I'm still slightly stressed, and I'm going to share that with the listeners because
Go on.
I think it's fair to say that we only recently realised, due to not broadcasting every week like some of the regular presenters, that Ignite Radio has moved its internet address.
Exactly, we've been telling people to go and listen to us at the old Ignite Radio address.
So I hope you've joined us on this new one, which is www.igniteradio.co.nr.
That's right, so now you're on here.
Well
I hope
done.
you enjoy the new place. The website looks good, doesn't it?
It looks much more marvellous, but it's not where it used to be, is it?
No.
But we're where we used to be, we're where we still are.
Where we always have been, and very rarely ever go anywhere else.
Yeah, it's more like prison than you think really here, isn't it?
I like to think of my bedroom as a prison.
And
For
speaking
you.
of enticing people to your bedroom and then not letting them go, we've got a guest again tonight.
We
haven't
have. And to be fair, you and her are the two favourite people I could have in my prison bedroom.
Well, I think it's time to officially welcome that person because we're 2 minutes into the show and she hasn't said anything yet.
Let's welcome her.
Most popular guest we've ever had. She's back.
No, it's
Nicole C. Nicole C is back.
she's here right on my bed. It's exciting.
What we normally do with guests is put them in Nick's bedroom and they go where they like. Nicole
I just
naturally
realised my
went-
mic wasn't on.
That's
Right.
probably a good
Let's
thing.
start again.
Hello and welcome to Nicole
Here
C.
she is with a voice.
Hello.
You probably just heard her in the background on our mics, but
Yeah, that's
she's
brilliant.
here.
So, people come into the studio and kind of sit around the computer. You naturally made a beeline for the bed and laid straight
Well,
down.
no, you actually said your mic is ready for you in your position,
Yeah, that's
which
true.
was on the bed. So
It's just because the
I
last
just
time you
naturally came
featured on
here.
the show, you naturally went on the bed. So we thought
It's
you'd
the
be
It
happy.
just
comfortable
seems to be
space.
your
I
natural.
get a double bed all to myself.
No, yeah, it's a bit weird. This
We're just
very
lying on the
attractive
floor.
girls lying on my bed. I was
shush.
about to say our bed. That's a bit of worry. And
Oh,
me and
well,
Ben-
we have had quite a lot of that
And me
tonight.
and Ben are just sitting sort of quite far away from her, which
Yeah,
says a
which
lot.
obviously says a lot about me. So
Yeah.
thanks, guys.
Unlucky.
Cheers.
But it is an absolute pleasure to have Nicole back. But before we go any further, I think we should point out to the fortunate people that happen to have found the new website all the ways you can get in touch with the show.
There's lots of different ways.
Lots of different ways. Find us on Facebook, WGNI. We're also on Twitter, at WGNI Radio. And if you're lucky enough to have anybody's mobile numbers, you can send us text messages. We're not giving the numbers out on the air, though.
I might give Nicole's out.
Yeah.
Do you have mine?
I text you regularly. Well, not
Oh,
regularly.
do you?
No, what do you mean, oh, do you?
Not for you to receive them.
I tend to ignore him anyway,
You
in
send me
person
s-
and in text messages.
Don't pretend like you send me Snapchats of yourself, so don't pretend like
Of myself?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds so dodgy.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
dodgy
rude
Snapchat.
Snapchats. There was just pictures of you fully clothed in a normal situation.
I would be very surprised if anybody's ever used Snapchat for rude purposes.
Well, to me, nobody has, certainly.
Aww.
I know.
Unlucky. I'll send you
If
something.
you're
You're
on
on a constant
Snapchat,
break, aren't
if you're
you?
on Snapchat and you know my phone number, send me a rude picture.
If anyone out there does that, then
I don't
well
mind
done.
who it is. Just send me a rude picture.
I've
Quite-
just
No,
said
because
I
now
will
you're
send you a
asking,
picture.
it could just be anyone, so you could get this
Yeah, but
like
they've got to
ugly
know
old
my
guy.
number. They've got to know my number, haven't they?
Yeah, he's
to
got
send
to
me a
accept them on
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of my
Have
arse.
you
if
only
that
got girls
helps.
on there? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Ben as well. So yeah, only
Go on quickly, Ben.
I'll
Go
do-
and
I'll
run
do
somewhere.
something
I
during
don't want
the
a
show.
rude picture of Ben. Ben's already sending me rude images mentally.
Oh,
Brilliant. I've left out that you can email the show if you want to go crazy.
There's lots of
Isn't
ways.
it
Have we
weird
got our
now?
email open?
With social media, email feels like old and antiquated.
It really does. Yeah.
We have info@wgni.co.uk if you're that sad.
Probably been around for about 15 years. What? That's so old.
I can remember, I may have said on this programme
I'm
before.
going to drink because I'm thirsty.
All right, it is the hottest day ever. I can remember in the late 90s going into my school common room and the classics teacher coming up and going, look at this. I'm typing this in and I'm about to send it to my friend in Scotland. And we all
classics
went,
teacher.
oh my God.
What's classics?
Like Latin and Greek and...
Ben was
we,
really
didn't,
cool.
we,
in
we didn't
university,
have that at ours.
Whereas I was much cooler and did
Oh, at
physics.
university. At university or school?
This was school. I did do
You did
classics at
classics.
university
Did you?
as well.
Oh, okay.
I did Latin at
chose.
school. I did a Latin A-level.
Didn't know they were classics.
It's not like club classics.
Love
School
classics.
subject classic.
Hang on, what was that?
Club Classic.
You should
It's
go into
from-
jingles.
I'm not
and
allowed to
stuff
mention
like
another radio show, though, am I?
What?
what other
It's-
radio.
Have you not
shows?
heard that?
You can mention
Yeah,
on
I've
on
heard.
this
Okay, it
radio,
was-
on our
Is that
radio.
heart?
Club
Is that heart or
Classics,
something?
yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It's all right. We do accept other radio shows are available. They're just not as good, and they don't have us on them.
Ooh.
Well, this is. I think we really have to comment today on how blooming ridiculous it is outside.
Do you know? Well, you know because we speak quite a lot.
Yep.
Nicole might not know this as much, but I find this.
Oh
hot
yeah, I don't
weather
know the weather. I never
quite
go
difficult.
out. I don't go outside.
You don't go outside in hot weather.
No, I'm joking. But it's been very sweaty today.
Can
not
I
gonna
ask,
lie.
Nicole, for a girl, is it equally as exciting as it is for guys in hot weather? Because for guys, they enjoy the fact that girls tend to wear less clothes. Does the
Well,
same
me and
thing
my friend
happen
were
for a girl?
talking today, and me and her walking down the road today. We've never been so popular in our lives, and it's just because we were both wearing shorts.
You're not wearing shorts now, though. I
No, I
noticed
know. I thought
you've
I should
covered up to come
I thought I
visit
should.
us.
Yeah, I know, but it's slowly going up. Have you noticed?
No,
I'm getting
no, I
hot.
hadn't
So
noticed.
how can you see through these trousers? Oh no! Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
Lowered
didn't
the tone
know.
already.
Explicit content.
I didn't realise I've
I
made
was just
an
going to say, I had
error.
an awesome cab. I actually got into a black cab quite recently for a cab journey because that's what you do in them. And the taxi driver was
Really?
one
Oh,
of
that's
those.
not what I do in them.
What do you do?
Oh no!
Nicole, you realise you're giving yourself this image yourself. No, the taxi driver said some brilliant things, but at least he didn't read his phone while the other guy was speaking, as you
What did
both
the taxi
did.
driver say?
Well, I was just started
We did.
speaking,
Can I
then
just
they
say we
both
did that
stopped
before?
listening
I'm
to
actually
me.
still listening to you. I just got a message.
because
That's all.
You can't multitask. Doesn't mean
He
other
was,
people
he was
can.
basically saying, it's great, and I'm going to sort of do an accent. I can't remember exactly what accent he was. He said, it's great, this London weather, this really hot weather, isn't it? Because girls come out, they're only sort of half dressed. Some of them haven't even got drawers on. And I just loved that phrase. Some of them haven't even got drawers on.
There was a thing on TV
He
the other
swore quite a
day.
lot. He said the F word.
Ah.
There was a thing on TV the other day about what is acceptable.
Right.
Because they were saying about men. I'm getting up for this.
Yeah,
She's on her knees.
we're attentive now.
Don't say that. Men. There was a guy in a supermarket without a top on. And because he was fat and really hairy, people were
That's
complaining. But
unacceptable.
then someone was saying, well, if it was a really good-looking guy with a fit body, would you complain? But I don't think it's right to go into a supermarket not fully dressed.
Yeah, but I also
Because
think
if you
I
think
don't
about it,
it's
there's
right-
like fruit and
But if
veg,
you
and you're
went
like
in-
touching them, and it might rub their body. And
Well, you're touching them with your hands anyway, and your hands are probably more likely to have something dodgy on them than
yeah, but you
the
don't
rest
want to
of your
see that
body.
in a supermarket, do you? You don't want to see women. Well, you might.
Yeah,
Women in
okay.
bikinis.
You might.
You two are so confusing me right now.
We're just making
if it was a woman in a
gestures.
bikini, so showing more skin, like basically everything,
Then you'd live in the supermarket, basically. That's what
I
you're
would
saying.
not live in the supermarket. I would visit regularly.
Nick owns a supermarket called Bikinis Only,
It's,
don't you?
no.
Don't you?
Yes. But I would think that's weird, but I guess I wouldn't feel offended by it. But then I do see the thing as if you saw a bloke just wearing, sort of big fat hairy bloke wearing shorts, you'd probably
Well,
have
it's not
different
offensive, but
reaction.
then they do. Like, I do think it's horrible though as well, where people say you should dress for your size. But then why can't people that are slightly bigger get their kit off if they want to?
Well, yeah, but are you basically saying no one should get their kits off in the supermarket?
Yeah.
I do think
I mean, you
it's a
can
bit
go in
inappropriate.
shorts and like a top, but don't go in like shorts and a bikini top, or just
But what's the different about
Swim
going in a
trunks.
bikini top than going in, say, in a t-shirt? Like, you're not going to
because
see...
It's not
you're covering
actually-
more flesh and you're covering your belly.
just-
But the
some-
chance of anything touching the produce
But it's nothing
is...
to do with that. It's just the sort of acceptance and thinking
Especially
about
in
everybody else
London.
around
Can you imagine
It's-
if we walked around in just a bikini in London?
Yeah.
The amount of different, like...
Yeah, I can.
Don't do that face.
Yeah.
Let's change the subject.
Oh, I'm getting a bit sweaty.
we did sort of talk about the weather, and then it quickly got onto a debate about what you should or shouldn't wear in a supermarket. But all I was getting at is it's bloody hot, isn't it?
Apparently
It's
there's
very
storms
warm.
going on at the moment in some places.
It's gonna be
So I was
thunder.
woken about 6 o'clock in this very room with a loud thunderclap.
Are you sure it wasn't just someone clapping very loud beside your bed?
There's a good joke. I really want to find it.
Oh,
Something-
you can't remember it?
There's a good.
Can't be
joke.
that good.
What's
Something
it
like,
about?
I was running and I heard a loud clapping sound and I thought it was someone clapping in the background, but it was actually just my thighs cheering me on.
When you say a good joke,
Yeah.
It's not a joke. It's like, okay, whatever.
it's
Ben will be
observational.
using that in his show in Margate this week. Though, so.
That gives me a chance to talk about my show in Margate that's recently opened.
Let's plug your show in
Your
Margate.
jokes have been horrible today.
Yeah, Ben.
And you laugh at them.
Yeah,
No,
Ben.
Nick.
God,
no,
Ben, you're
Nick.
really terrible,
Nick laughs
Ben.
at his own jokes and
Can
no
I
one
just
else laughs
say-
with him.
Nicole,
Go on. Let's
Nicole,
make
You
it-
laugh at me laughing, though.
Nicole likes me. She doesn't like you.
You
Leave
think
her
that-
alone.
You think that's obvious?
She's lying on my bed with her skirt going slightly
facing away
near
from
her
you.
knees. She's facing away, and and whenever I go near her, she's got that weird grimace on her face.
I jump every time you come near
You
me.
do.
Is
'cause you
most of
jumped
the
on the bed,
time that
didn't you?
you speak during the show going to be talking about Nicole and sort of vaguely?
Isn't that
She's
normally
our
what it?
guest.
That's normally what it is anyway when I'm not even here.
Yeah, that's true, actually. But I've just started in the Get Happy show in Margate. To anybody that's in Kent or the surrounding area and you want to come down to Margate while the weather's nice, come and see the Get Happy show. It's a variety show. It's got
have you
something
got-
for everyone.
Get Happy seems such an odd name. Why is
It's
it called
because
the
when you
Get
go
Happy?
there, it makes you happy, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it makes you happy show or the Be
Yeah, but that's
Happy
a
show.
Yeah,
terrible
but get
name.
happy. So if you're miserable, go get happy.
And it's based around the song "Forget Your Troubles, Come On, Get Happy." So forget your
Ooh,
troubles.
plugging the music.
Yeah, we don't actually sing that in the show, but we did last year. We did it
Sing
last
it again
year.
this
as well.
year. Make it more sense of the title.
Yeah.
Get happy. But it's not even like a suggestion. It's like an order.
Yeah.
It's like you will come here and get happy, or
It's not.
Or,
it's not
or-
supposed
or
to be.
don't.
Well, it's not a threat, is it? It's
It
like
sounds
if
like
you're
that's what it
feeling
is.
down.
I feel like
come
I'm in
and
a
see the
tennis match
show,
right
and
now.
it'll make you feel good. It's not like a get happy. It's like get happy.
Yeah, but no one goes, "Hey, get happy."
Yeah, no one goes get happy.
Can we
would.
stop this argument, please, or else this could go on the whole show?
It's a good point.
You're not happy, are you?
I'm
wanna-
not happy.
Do you want to pass judgment?
Get happy. Get
Oh,
happy now.
shush
I think
you.
Nicole's on my side, and Nick feels
As
bullied.
always.
Get your troubles, come on, get happy.
See, she's going to happily come and see me.
There's a difference between being on your side and drunk.
Yeah.
I think you are drunk
It's a
today.
fine
I
line.
keep getting that feeling from you. You keep falling over.
That's what I do
Every time I
day.
make a face, you fall on the floor.
It's only the second time you've ever met me, and
That's
we've
only
told
the-
you that I fall over and I laugh. That's how that happens.
He's got funny knees when he laughs, and
You know,
it
it
makes him
seems
collapse.
absolutely ridiculous to me that this is only the second time you've spent time with Nick.
This is only
I
the
know,
second
but
time.
I can't get him away from me. Like, he keeps texting
We're supposed
me.
to be married. I don't keep texting you. I realise I said I text you regularly, but
You
we
don't
don't
keep
text
texting.
regularly.
I am
You do-
joking.
But we
You
have
think I've got
Snapchatted
this-
each other quite a few times.
Yeah,
And you do sit outside a house in a van with surveillance equipment.
yeah.
Oh, you didn't want to know about that,
I
did
don't
you?
know where she lives. If I did, maybe I would.
New Cross.
Ben
But
will
anyway.
tonight.
New Cross.
That sounds dodgy. Ben will later.
Ben will be seeing where I live in great detail.
Oh dear.
Yes. Well, excitingly, I think it's time to do something different with the music in our show. Because people
I'm so
have,
I'm
excited.
scared.
people have sent us messages saying about the random songs, and it's nice that it's a bit different. We don't know what music's about to play and stuff like that. But regular listeners,
Sent us messages about that.
lots of people,
Right, yeah.
be ready to be shocked. But we have actually prepared some music for tonight's
We've
show.
all chosen one.
We've chosen music.
We've all chosen an old
Who's
classic.
going first? Is it
well,
you?
I'd like to go first
Yeah,
because
because yours is
because my song.
Don't say that about Ben's choice of music.
Oh
Are you being detrimental to my song?
no,
She's been
never.
detrimental to mine.
I'm never detrimental to. I can't even say the word.
You said detrimental. That
I'm
was the
never
difficult word.
Yeah, that word to anyone.
You
Good.
sounded very Welsh then. We were talking about how you don't
That
sound that
word?
Welsh. Yeah, that word.
That word.
Oh, yeah, that was a Welsh
That was
word.
a terrible Welsh version for me. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I think it's probably time that we play my song. We're all going a bit retro with our song choices,
We
aren't
have.
we?
I'm
Do it.
so excited.
I'm
Excited.
blooming excited right now. So enjoy this one from about 15 years ago.
Blooming.
There we go then. The absolutely fabulous Armand van Helden featuring the amusingly named Dwayne Harden and You Don't Know Me that I remember from my uni days in the late 90s.
Is this an old song?
Your uni
yeah.
days in the late 90s.
Yeah, that's slightly upsetting, isn't it? I was at university from
Yeah.
1996
How old
to
is he,
1998.
I started secondary school in 1998.
You finished university in 1999.
That's quite funny.
Ben, you lied. You finished university in 1999.
Yeah,
You said 1998.
maybe I
did
was
say
a year
1998.
out.
Aww.
96 to 99.
Don't
you were
pick on
at
Ben.
96.
You're a little
I
bit
was
of a
thinking
bully,
the
I'm not
year
gonna
it
lie.
started. No,
Yeah,
that
it was
doesn't make any
96
sense.
and you finished in 99.
You're right, it doesn't make any sense. I completely agree with everything that you say, but I enjoyed that song. Do you know, there was a guy I was at uni with called Carl Hope, and that song came out, and he went, this song is definitely going to be number one. I was like, how do you know it's definitely going to be number one? No, it isn't. And it was number one.
Did it go to number one?
Only for about a week or
Did
2
they have
weeks.
the top 40 in those days?
It came out in
Yes.
1998, did you say?
Yeah, I think so. People can correct me if I'm wrong, and they want
I was
to...
11.
That's upsetting to realise that. Well, that's not
I
that
remember the
upsetting.
song.
I was only 18, 19 or whatever.
We've got a message from
I
Rosalind
wasn't, I was
Blessed.
20. Ah,
She's
regular
a
listener,
regular
to the show,
listener,
Rosalind
Blessed.
Blessed. What she said.
She's messaged in to say hello and say that she can't listen to the whole show. She's very sorry. She's going to bed soon. She's got an early start in the morning, but I should give Ben my love. She's not mentioned you.
Maybe she didn't know Nicole was
But
on.
tell the
tonight.
world that you're my hero.
I'm her hero.
Oh, that's
Ros,
nice.
That's the
So-
nicest
but
thing
she
anyone's...
will catch the rest later, she says.
Yeah,
But nothing
it'll-
about you then, Nick, no?
Well, she sent it to my phone, so...
Can I just say it will be available on demand tomorrow for the likes of Ros and whoever else to listen to via the medium of YouTube. But thanks, Ros, for that heartfelt, lovely message. I'm slightly touched by that, whereas Nick is just touching himself.
Well, we've got another message from another
That's
regular
awful.
listener.
Another regular listener, Cara Hero Jenkins. Why is her middle name Hero? Because she's a hero.
Yeah.
Right.
You might be Roz's hero, but Cara's her own hero.
What she said, something that's
Is her
upset
name
us.
actually Cara Hero like on there?
No, I
Her
think
name
she's-
on Facebook is Cara Hero Jenkins.
I don't think it's on her birth certificate.
No.
But
It's not Jenkins on a birth certificate.
Just
What is
Cara
it
Hero.
What she said, what's her comment? Tell us all, Nick.
She said that the music was bringing her back to her childhood as she was 6 when this song came out.
See, you thought it was bad, Nicole. You
Jesus,
started
now
in
I
secondary
feel
school when
old.
that came out. She was 6.
I hate it when
that
people make me feel
upsets
old.
I'm glad that Cara said that now to make Nicole feel a little bit older.
Doesn't it? It's a bit weird, isn't it?
The best thing that
So
she
she
finds...
was 6, so I'm 5 years older than her.
Yeah.
How
So
old's
Cara's
Ca-
20.
How old are you now,
Or
Cara? Are
you're either 20 or
21?
21.
She's not here. She's going to have to type it
She's-
in on Facebook.
Well, she's messaged several times. She said, haha, 1996, ooh, I lied, 1999, it is. I'm not sure what any of those comments mean, but
Right.
we're referring to things we've said before, I think.
And she's 20. She's just said. So.
She's 20.
Bless you.
Well done, Cara. Isn't it?
I'd love
that's
to
like
be
when
20
you,
again.
but that's like when you find out if you sleep with someone that's a lot younger than you and you're not really sure how old they are at the time, and then they're like, yeah, when you were 15, I was 4 or something like
See,
that. And you're
this
like,
is this
that's
is
a
the
bit
thing
weird.
I don't get. I have a lot of friends
Saying nothing.
that do the whole dating thing, and I go, "How old is he?" And they go, "Oh, I don't know." One of the first things I ask, "Hello, what is your name? How old are you?"
To be fair, what
like,
has the
why
age
don't
got-
people ask?
I actually totally agree with
Because
your
it could
friends.
turn
What has it
around-
got to do with
because
it?
they could turn. For me,
As an
they
older
could
man,
easily turn around and say, "I'm 17" or "I'm 18,"
So?
and I'd be like, "No, I'm sorry, that's too young."
That's fair enough. 17-year-old blokes aren't very mature.
but all right. So
usually,
if
are
you
they?
saw someone who could be 17, you could ask them. But if they definitely weren't, if you were like
but
the
thing
youngest they could be is like
attract-
21,
I attract younger ones anyway because
you-
I look young.
right?
I think. Do I?
fishing for
I hope-
The
compliments,
first
yeah.
thing you said to actually, you did say to me today that I was looking young, but that's
It's
still.
your style.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
because
quite
you were
impressed.
sucking on a dummy and wearing a bib, though.
That is true.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I would say I always used to get told that I didn't look as old as I was, and I haven't been told that for a while.
No,
now,
I
so
think you do look as old.
I think I look about my age.
I would say you look exactly your age now.
Yeah.
I think because I've cut my hair short and I'm wearing shorts,
You look about 6 months younger than you are.
I look about 6 months older than you. You are actually older than me.
Yeah, by 6 months.
But I think Nicole finds it quite good to be around us because we obviously act like children, but she's actually clearly about 10 years younger than both of us.
And I think
Do
I
we-
act older than you.
Can I ask
Yeah.
genuinely, Nicole, you know how sort of 17, 18-year-old guys do seem quite immature. Do we seem quite immature for mid-30-year-old guys?
Yeah.
What was that?
Well,
Did we
it's good to
seem
know.
immature?
We do seem
So
immature.
you're now not listening to us.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently you are Roz's hero. I'm her superhero.
Well, Ros, I was pleased with what you said. And
What
now,
superhero are you?
Hang on. There's a small part of me that's just been crushed by that. You've
Ben
always
feels
been an
crushed.
urban legend to me, and Nick never got close to that. So,
Ros, I know you don't know me, but can you say what I am? Oh, no, will she come
do
out
you
with
want to be
something
called
horrible?
irrelevant hero? I mean, she doesn't know you in any way.
I
so-
know, but she can just pretend.
Okay, right.
She's a very good actress. She probably could pretend.
You've laid
You
down
know
the
a lot of good
gauntlet there for
actresses.
Ros. We
She's
can't-
the girl that wrote a play for me and Ben, based around conversations that me and Ben had together with each other.
She had the talent to
God.
write that play and direct that play.
We're appearing again in September, so Nicole and C, I think you need to come and watch us in it.
Can we
Why
hold you to
can't
that?
why?
Can we have a
why-
legally binding
Here's a
agreement?
Is this a question?
Right.
I'm glad
You
that
don't
you sort
put your
of
hand
prompt a
up.
question.
No. I have to do the
She did
question.
put her hand up.
Okay.
And say, here's a question.
Tell me what you think. No. Why do you have to say my whole name? We actually had this conversation earlier, but I don't think you finished. Or was it you that said my whole
No,
name?
it was, but there's something sort of not comforting. I can't explain it. Sort of. I
To be
don't
fair,
mean
I
it
only
like
ever-
amusing.
A lot
I
of
called
people-
you Nicole C until we added each other on Facebook, and then because of that, you're now Nicole Ann C,
I know,
because
but a
that's
lot
your
of
name on
people-
Facebook.
A lot of people think Anne C is my surname.
Okay, yeah.
Right, I
because
don't
C is
know.
quite a weird name or unusual name. I don't mean weird
Yeah,
disrespectfully.
thanks. Cheers.
Cara says she loves lamp. What does that mean?
It's from Anchorman, isn't it? It's
Ah, that's
Brick.
a
It's Steve
terrible
Carell in
film.
Anchorman.
I love lamp.
Yeah.
Why does he say I love lamp?
Have you got a lamp that you love, Cara, or are you just watching Anchorman and quoting
Or
Steve
she's just
Carell?
desperately bored of listening to us?
Your lamp that you've got right next to me.
Yes, what about it?
Are they IKEA?
Possibly.
Oh, hang on.
Because
Are they IKEA? There's only one lamp.
well,
there.
no, I know, but I've got a purple version.
It's
and
probably IKEA.
But
I think it's
haven't
a
got
very
it here.
standard
I've got it
desk
at
lamp.
home, and I've had it since I was a kid.
I think I've had that for a long time. You can
Yes,
tell
I'm
it's
wondering-
breaking, actually.
But I think most people have that kind of lamp.
Nick,
Yeah.
what percentage of your bedroom furniture and accoutrements comes from IKEA?
I would say about 80% of this bedroom comes from IKEA.
IKEA is
That's
good.
because you live in North London. There's an IKEA within about
And
5
I'm-
miles.
And I'm
Is
not
there?
very rich. Yeah, there's the Wembley IKEA, literally about 10
Yeah,
minutes.
do you want to
drive.
go, Nicole? We'll go on the way home.
Yeah, I love IKEA. I go there all the time, and it's when you.
We'll have to ram raid
okay,
it though
Nick's
because
about to interrupt me.
it'll be shut now.
No,
That's
I
all.
wasn't going to interrupt you.
Well, you did the whole which means you want to say something. So
No,
go
he was
on.
just
I
touching
do want to
himself.
say
in a-
something.
He was just touching himself in a strange way and made that noise.
Anyway, well, I will interrupt you, but it is a message for you.
Yay! Oh no!
And it says, oh, no. Tell Nicole she's a long-suffering heroin addict. No, she doesn't say. Long-suffering heroin. And Ben is a secret, cool arch villain.
Do you know, somehow...
You'd be such a good villain.
Do you think?
No, you're
Because-
too nice.
Yeah, I'd sort
But
of lure
you'd
people
be-
to false
Yeah,
security.
exactly. So you'd be a good villain.
He's
'cause
never
no one
going to
would-
get cast as the
But
bad
no
guy.
one would guess that he's a villain.
That is true.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, I'm really sorry about that, but die.
Cara loves
That just
desk
went
as
in my
well.
face.
Cara says she loves desk.
Cara's
Loves death.
having a great
Well, she
time.
loved lamp earlier.
Yeah.
What she does in her own bedroom is none of... Well, it is my
If she does
concern.
stuff like
What?
that with a desk and a lamp,
Depends. Does she get them from IKEA? That's what I want to know.
if she does, I want to know the catalogue.
Other places to get your bedroom accoutrements are available.
Argos.
Yeah. Thanks for naming one.
Argos.
I'll just list them.
Or if you
I
want...
think no. Do I have anything from Argos? You helped me get something from Argos once, and I can't remember what it was.
Sleep on a bed.
You can get
of
so
dreams.
many...
I just-
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
That was
Car-
entirely random.
I know, I am random.
Yeah. But why? Where did that come from?
Well, we're saying other places to buy furniture. I'm just singing them all.
What's Sleep on a Bed of Dreams? Is that Dreams Bed Store?
Yep.
Okay, I can work with that. What's the one with the hippo that advertises it? Silent Night Beds. Why are we just naming bed stores? This is
Other
really-
bed stores are probably available, but we can't name them.
We can name them. We're just
Next
not
time
gonna.
I come here, can we please get a fan or some aircon?
We'll get a bloke to just stand at the end
Oh,
of the
fan
end of the
me.
bed and go, Nicole, yeah, you're so great. We really love Nicole. She's really brilliant with pom poms and stuff. Because he'd be like
no,
a fan.
I'm on about a fan.
He'd be a fan.
Oh, my biggest fan.
See where I was coming from?
Yeah,
there?
I get
You
you.
haven't drunk any of your juice. That'd cool you down.
Yeah, but it's because I just had mint chocolate chip ice cream.
You had it about an
which is
hour ago
amazing.
now.
Yeah, but it tastes. You know, right? The worst thing in the world is drinking orange juice after you've brushed your teeth.
Hang on. I think death is worse than that.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
go
know.
with Nicole, to be fair.
But when you're dying, when you're dead, you don't know, do you? So really, it's not the
Brilliant
worst thing in the
argument.
world. I don't want to
But
die.
you
by the
do
way,
know if you've
but-
had mint chocolate chip and then orange juice.
So, yeah, actually, I do know what you mean. That there are a lot
Well,
of
it still
things.
tastes like I've had mint.
There are a lot of things you can have after brushing your teeth that taste horrible because of
Like?
various juices.
Various juices.
Someone told me the reason
Coke
one.
tastes different.
Someone once told me the reason why orange juice tastes so bad, and I can't remember, but basically it's like a chemical perfect storm. The chemicals in orange juice and the chemicals in toothpaste basically react together to make like
I have a
thing
feeling
that
you've put something in my orange juice. Oh, that sounds bad.
But
yeah, you're lying on my bed. Everyone now knows you're in my bedroom with us two.
Oh,
It's
and
only
I've gone dizzy and
it's
I feel
only a
bit
mild
faint.
sedative. You'll be fine in the morning.
Would you like me to drink your orange juice? Although last time I went anywhere near anything you'd eaten, you said that's my saliva. You just want to do it, so it's like you're.
No, I
kissing me.
didn't say you just want to do it. I said, now you're kissing me.
Right. I don't see that we're getting anywhere with this conversation. What we do need to do is have.
When I was kissing her, she said, "Look, I'm trying to sleep. Leave me alone."
She said you were trying to drink her orange juice.
By the way, I've never kissed either of these men in this room.
No, that's fair.
Right, there's a mozzie flying around me.
That's brand new conversation. We need
it time
Nick
for a
to
tune?
introduce his song, I think.
Well, I'd like to say this song is another old world classic, and it's my anthem.
Is it?
Yes.
Do you want me to play it?
Yes.
Do you want
It's
me to
about
play
me.
it right now? In that case, Mr. Nick Murphy,
It's
here
about
is
Nicole NC.
your anthem. I'm happy.
I love myself. I touch myself. I honestly do.
There we go then. That, of course, Nick, was...
A song that Nicole sang about herself.
That was the Divinals and
No,
I
it
Touch
was a
Myself.
song you were singing to me earlier.
It was a song. When I think about her, I do touch myself, and she loves herself.
Yeah, but
No,
that
excuse
sounds
me.
bad. Like, hang on, touch yourself sounds bad, but you actually repeatedly punch yourself in the face, don't you?
I touch my knees.
Why?
Ben, that was really horrible.
What did Ben say that was horrible?
He said when you think about her, you constantly punch yourself. And you didn't even really hear it.
I did hear it. It wasn't particularly horrible. I was saying I touched myself, and he was just making a joke about the fact it wasn't in a sexual way. I was punching myself.
It wasn't anything to do with feeling bad about you.
Yeah,
and
but that
wanting
means
to
that
hit
I make
yourself.
you want to punch yourself.
Yeah, but I wasn't even thinking about that.
He
when I
wasn't
said it.
really. You see, you've made it all about you. You
Oh,
love
okay.
yourself.
Oh, God. Let's talk about you.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Nick. What
That was
So,
Nick.
no, enough about me. What do you think about me?
I think you're a bit of a tit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
brilliant.
Fairly
A bit.
common view.
So, I think we ought to date this broadcast, really, shouldn't we?
Well, take out for light drinks and a slow shag behind the bush.
Yeah. Is that a first date for you or about a fourth or fifth?
Both.
Depends where the bush is.
That's all I do on dates. Whether I've been going out with them for years or I've never met them.
It's Monday, the 22nd of July, 2013, isn't it?
Weirdly, we don't sort of have to. Oh, we do date it, I suppose, because we put it on the on demand, don't we? But
Yeah.
obviously,
We haven't
anyone
often
who's listening to it
officially.
live will know the date and time.
I'd just like to say, regular listeners, we've got about 25 minutes left, and whilst it is good to hear from some of you, we haven't heard from some regular listeners tonight, and I'd just like to know if you're out there or not.
Well, obviously, Rosalind Blessed's told us she's now told me she has gone to bed, so we've lost one of our regular listeners.
And
Oh,
Cara
j-
Hero Jenkins has been in touch.
She has been in touch. She's keeping in touch. She's just told us that she never bought anything from IKEA. She has been, but she's never purchased anything there.
Well, why go to IKEA when you can have Homebase? That's what I say. That was a slightly inane, pathetic laugh, but I enjoyed
Home
it.
base. I forgot that one.
Yeah, what other DIY stores are there now? Now that MFI's gone defunct.
But,
I always used to like MFI because you said it quickly. It was my
B&Q?
B&Q.
Of course, the big ones.
How can you not think
The
of
big
B&Q?
Well done, Nicole.
Isn't
What's
there
wrong with
another
you?
orange one?
Wix?
That's
That's
not
not what I'm
orange,
thinking.
but that is one.
I wasn't thinking of the orange one.
What are your feelings on the voiceover man for the Wix adverts who goes, Wix? Like that, and it's a bit of a weird way of saying it. You don't ever watch TV, so you won't have seen the advert.
No.
You don't know.
Maybe that's why he talks, though.
Wix.
Yeah, but it's a bit weird, isn't
It's
it?
got our
I've
name
never
on it.
seen the Wix advert.
I still know the thing
How
of
do you
it.
know that if you don't watch TV?
I've watched TV occasionally, but
Did
I've
you
seen
secretly record that voiceover and you're not telling anyone?
Wix. It's got our name. It's a terrible caption, like what do you call it? Slogan. It's got our name on it. Well, yes, you printed it.
Most of this show is going to be about stores.
Well, it's not necessarily anything bad.
I may have
about
even
that.
said this on a radio show before, but my biggest pet peeve with advertising is the Charmin toilet roll.
Shaman.
I don't. Maybe
Thanks
it's
for
changed
that.
now because it used to be a cartoon bear.
Yeah, like
And
a little
obviously
koala.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was like a big fat bear, and it would be like going into the woods, and obviously the whole sort of bears in the woods thing.
Does
was
a
there.
bear
If you
defecate in
go
the
down
woods?
to
But I
the
was kind of
woods
like-
today, you're sure of a big
So-
Surprise your
surprise.
tread in bear crap.
Our toilet paper. Cartoon bears use it. That's basically what they're saying. It's like, how is that? And
No,
the other one I
don't-
hate.
I think you've
It's so kids
misunderstood.
go, Mummy, I want that.
Right.
yeah, but this
You're
is the thing.
no,
Like,
but
they always
hang
say
on.
pester power. Why don't the kids
Okay,
then go, no?
why does Andrex have a puppy?
Yeah.
You're now just opening big doors.
I'm not opening doors, small
If
or
anything,
otherwise.
he's opening
No,
a
you know
very
what I
small
mean.
sliding
You can say it
drawer.
to most adverts.
But the thing is with Andrex Puppy, it always used to be that it would take all the toilet paper away from the person on the toilet. They'd have a person on the toilet, and the puppy would have the toilet paper and run away.
And it was showing how soft it is that the puppy likes
The
playing
soft-
with.
the
Okay,
puppy likes to-
Dulux. Why is it a dog?
Dulux.
Dulux.
You're getting Dulux and Durex mixed up
Why
there,
is a
aren't you?
dog advertising Durex? I hope it's not. Oh my god! Just not that I want to dwell on it. Can I go back to Charmin and say Cartoon Bear will appeal to hopefully kids and all
That's what
people
I was
of all
thinking,
ages,
kids.
but also they're just playing on the old adage of does a bear shit in the woods, and if bears like it, then everybody will like it.
Well, I don't agree with that, but how about AA car insurance? That always upset me. AA car
they
insurance.
they haven't had a bear shitting advertising AA car insurance, have they?
One of my favourite adverts is We Buy Any Car.
Okay.
Just because of
What's
the
that got to do
jingle.
with AA car insurance?
It's cars.
It's about cars. hang
They
on.
used to go, it cost less than I thought. You know,
I don't know
you're
this
not an
advert.
insurance expert. You could have thought it was going to cost 20 grand.
Can anyone explain to me why the last 2 times I've had my car insurance renewed, the company I've had it for the previous year have offered me a certain ridiculous amount of money, and then I've looked online and found it for about £200 cheaper?
Yeah, different companies offer different prices.
Thanks, that's the only explanation I needed. That's great.
Girls' insurance is the same as guys now.
I know, are you upset
Unless
by
we
that?
use the black box, which proves we drive like a girl. But then I'm thinking,
Do you
is
like that
is
advert?
that
Drive like a
drive,
girl.
drive? I'm just thinking, is
But
that
I do
only for
th-
girls though, or can guys?
No, guys can have that.
They can they?
Yeah.
So they can prove that they drive like a
Because
girl.
there was a hilarious advert where
What's
they
the
tried
black
to
box?
sort of give the
you
bloke
put a
the
black
power
box
back.
in your car for like, is it 3 weeks or something?
Sort
Or
of measures how well you
measures
drive.
how well you drive. So you just know for those 3 weeks you have to drive stupidly careful, and then after that you're fine.
But there was a radio advert I heard that was like, oh, all my mates used to say I drive like a girl, and now I can, and
Is
I
he
can get
Geordie?
cheaper car insurance. No, bizarrely, he was
What
from
part
Australia.
of India was he from?
I actually thought that was quite a good Geordie accent.
I was
wasn't.
happy with it to start with, and then it tailed
Are you
off.
good at accents?
I can do some. There's some that I can never do.
We are actors. We're supposed
Northern
to be
Irish,
quite-
I can't do.
I-
Welsh,
well,
I
I'm
can't
not
do.
an
the
actor,
Northern
too.
Welsh,
Irish,
it
it's
just
not
so
bad.
easily goes into Indian
Into
offensive
Pakistani,
sounding.
yeah, I know it's
I don't
bad.
know what you're talking about.
That's quite reasonable.
Is it
I could,
Irish?
like, I could do a
It's that
Scouse
Irish, thanks,
accent
babe.
for like
No,
the
what
rest
it
of the
was-
night.
That was Northern Irish, yeah.
Yeah,
I could do a Scouse accent for the rest of the night. And
oh,
be
I can do a
absolutely fine
Scouse
with it.
accent too.
This would be great. Is
Was
there
that not very
anyone
good?
in Liverpool listening right now?
It's only because I've
They're not
dated
gonna
my
listen.
ex-boyfriend was Scouse.
You've dated your ex-boyfriend?
I've dated, yeah. No, I was going to say I dated a Scouse, but I probably should say my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
It's with
You
him
didn't
2.5
know his name. You just
no, I don't know his name.
You
No,
took
but I was
it
with
out.
him-
How old he
I was with
was
him
or
for
anything?
2.5 years, and we
slow
did,
shag by the bush.
we lived together for a bit, so I probably should be able to do a Scouse accent. But they just swear every like second word,
Yeah.
so that's how it's easy to do.
What's your
Toss.
favourite accent to do?
To do, sort of West Country's quite good,
Yeah.
or the Scottish, I think. I sort of like a bit of this, because she goes, it's basically just talking like this.
There are certain words.
It
that
just
get
means I
you
can't
in-
understand you.
There are certain words that get you
You
into
sounded very
certain
Welsh. I
accents.
can't
aren't there?
understand you. What's occurring?
That was really bad.
Like
you
West
can't do
Country.
Welsh,
I can't
can
do Welsh
you?
at all. No.
West Country.
But I
have
can
to
do
go
Irish.
right, yeah, and then go into it from.
Oh,
Yeah, but
so are,
they say
right,
West
then
Country,
whenever.
but where do you
No, I
mean?
don't
Because
really.
Why am I Carl
Somerset,
Jenkins?
No.
Somerset
No.
sounds completely different to Bristol.
Yeah, but I don't really appreciate that. I just told
Cara
her that
Hero
for a little while.
Jenkins.
Is that how she sounds?
She's just told us her accent is incred. It's so Gloucester.
Right. Were you aiming for Gloucester?
That was kind of West Country. I don't know particular Gloucester ones, but I'm just doing sort of generic
You've got a
West
bit
Country.
Norfolk
But
there
you
as
don't
well.
sound Bristolian
Maybe.
at all, and the
Do you know,
Bristolians.
I've
Oh, you
always
don't know what
Country.
Bristolian or
What I've always
Gloucester
found
is?
slightly weird
Who
is
are?
that West Country
Laura.
and Norfolk aren't that different, and they're on completely opposite sides of the UK.
Hmm.
Can anyone explain
Yeah,
that to me?
I wondered that because my friend's from Lowestoft, and I thought you sound like some of my friends from Bristol, which
Yeah.
is really weird.
That's probably the furthest way you can get places that
That
sound
doesn't
quite
make
similar.
sense, does it?
No, Nick, can you explain?
Yeah, we're both
Tell
looking
us
at you.
more.
They're both roughly the same distance from London, and if you travel out of London, your accent changes by the same way. So if you
Yeah,
go
but
around
then surely-
Birmingham, that's very similar as well.
No, it's not.
All right, maybe
not
I'm not right then.
You've not
We
studied
believe everything
language.
you tell us.
For a while, for a few seconds, you were both kind of looking. Is this the actual answer?
No, I never believed you.
No, in my head I was like, is this the actual answer? Well,
Do not
Unfortunately,
confuse
no.
Gloucester and Somerset, even though they're exactly the same.
You were.
I think you disrespected people from Gloucester and Somerset. You've upset 2 whole counties. Well done.
I like the stuff from Gloucester and Somerset.
Do you know what I've
And
never
Cara
quite,
Hero Jenkins.
I've never quite got to grips with? What is Avon? It's a county, isn't it?
Yes, I lived by the side of the Avon when I was down
But
in
that's a
Cara
Also a
Hero
makeup
Jenkins
brand,
town,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well done. The girl pipes up with it's a makeup brand. Yeah, brilliant.
No, you are absolutely right.
Shh, shh.
I love it.
The
when
one
you're
thing
not
I don't
patronising.
understand is why I think Cheltenham and Gloucester are similar. They're so close
they're
to each
near.
other. No,
Yeah.
but they're so
They're
close to
similar,
each
'cause
other. No,
they're
wait,
so close.
wait for it. They're so close to each other, but yet the accents are so different. And yet Bristol and Bath, again, right next to each other, and yet Bath people, posh. Bristolians, no offence to you guys,
Not posh.
not posh.
Yeah.
Why would we have offence?
Well, I don't know.
But
They don't. They
You
have
might
their
wanna climb
gardens
over
just-
it.
But though, I mean, Yorkshire has very different accents from different parts of Yorkshire. It's just a factor of the fact that England's so old. I think that people would have sort of different accents for different towns. I mean,
and also, when actors
True.
do generic accent, you just pick a sort of really
yeah.
wide range.
It's
of
quite
them,
funny
don't
when you hear, because obviously I think a lot of English people aren't very good at doing American. When you hear Americans doing British, they say British, which always annoys me. 'cause
It
you know,
always
so
goes
different.
posh.
But no, they just either that or a sort of
It's
faux
sort of a
Cockney
posh
type
Cockney
thing.
isn't
accent.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like
we
Dick
don't
Van
And you just
sound like
it
that.
doesn't sound like anything. But then if you try, a lot of English people, including me, if you do an American, the Americans are just like, God, that's terrible.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just I'm really with American accents. I can do an American accent, but I don't know where it's from.
You don't know where in America it's from.
Yeah, as in I can just do a generic American accent.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, that makes sense. But
You've just both done what we do to Nick on me.
yeah, but I was still listening.
Nick's not.
I was queuing up the music because
Wow, Nick.
Nicole and C, it's time for you
I'm so excited about this one.
to introduce your very own song that you've chosen before the show. It's your song time. So, what made you choose this song?
I've just chosen this song because it takes me back to when I was quite young and the summertime,
So last week,
and I just love it.
Okay,
That was very
well,
Welsh again. Love it. I loves it. I does.
what's occurring?
thoughts of summertime, thoughts of last
Oh.
week,
What's the curtain?
thoughts of slightly naughty activities. Here we go.
Love it.
What's occurring?
Oh, yeah. Oh, darling. Oh, girl.
Apologies, there was a slight technical error which brought to an abrupt end early. Nicole sees Chakademus and Pliers and teased me there.
I can't
I
believe
didn't like
you
it
just
anyway.
ruined the song.
I can't really explain the technical error. You know, when gremlins get into the system or I accidentally press the wrong button, it kind of stops things abruptly.
We really need a producer.
I've been doing a good job until then.
That was
I don't know what happened.
I pressed pause. By
All I asked was how long was left.
yeah, and Ben answered by cutting it off and saying no.
Right,
That
now
was
hang on.
probably the
In
best.
that case,
I think people. Well, I don't know. They
No,
might not
people
agree
are
with
probably
me.
upset
But that was
not
probably
to
the
hear-
best song.
if people are upset they didn't get to hear the last minute 22 of the song, they can hear it right now.
Tease me with your love until I lose control.
Well, there we go. That was all the way through to the bitter end of Chakademus and Pliers there. And some people have messaged in and said they think the song was enhanced by having that gap and speaking in the middle of it there, which is nice.
Have
So
they?
Thanks for those messages. Yeah, thanks.
Who did
Thanks
that?
for all those. Thanks for those messages. Don't worry about it, Nick. Just trust me on this one, all right? So yeah, all went really, really well there with no problems whatsoever. I'd like to apologise to Nicole for that because you must have been devastated not to hear that all the way through
I was
uninterrupted.
devastated.
Have you got over it now?
Yeah. get everything
Do
quickly.
we know when that song was originally released, roughly?
I don't. Can we have a quick look? Or can someone have a look and let us know?
Yeah, we'd
That'd
like
be
to.
good.
Yeah, come on, listeners.
Chuckademus and Pliers Tease Me. I want to say it's got to be, I don't know, it's got to be mid-90s. Is it? Something like that?
Something like that. Nick, I'm not going to lie. I feel very disappointed in you right now.
Yes, darling.
You're being very unsociable.
Nick, I'm
I'm
not going
sorry?
to lie. I've always
This
been
is
very
the girl
disappointed
who,
in
when
you.
we were all walking out together, was ignoring what I was saying because she was looking at Facebook on her phone.
Yes, that is.
So answer that, you short-skirted loony.
I know you can probably see everything now.
I can't see anything. I'm really looking.
I'm actually wearing a maxi skirt, but it's so hot in this room. I've had to hoik it up.
I've opened the door.
Does
so
Max
let's-
want his skirt back? Because if you're wearing Max's skirt, maybe wants it.
You're so elegant. Normally, you could probably see everything.
I know, sorry.
That reminds me of Patrick Stewart in that Extras episode.
I'm glad you just said
It's
I was
too late,
elegant
I've
then.
seen everything.
I've seen. Is it seen everything?
Yeah,
I've seen
I've
it
seen
all
everything.
now.
I've seen everything.
I've seen everything.
What was the one he rescued the women out in the
Yeah, all their
helicopter?
clothes have rotted off.
And two of them were just kissing.
No idea what you're going on about now.
Patrick Stewart in Extras, the Ricky Gervais programme.
Oh, I never watched it.
Maybe you should, it's funny.
Very good.
It's finished now, isn't it?
Yeah,
About
but there are
3 years ago.
DVDs available. You know,
Yeah,
it's not-
sometimes programmes that you can watch them more than once. But don't look at your phone when I'm talking to you, will you?
Sorry, someone's just said the same comment as you.
What was that?
You short-skirted loony.
Right.
Oh, well, I think that's completely reasonable.
Maybe that'll catch on as a description for you. Is that something you'd be
Thank
happy
you,
about?
Jonathan's... Oh, he said your name wrong then. Southgate.
Jonathan.
He's just married one of my friends from primary school,
Ah.
Philippa. They got married... Oh, I have to get this right.
You're still friends with people from primary school? Well, it wasn't that long ago for you, was it? But
She's not 9.
I was going to say.
I don't
Feels
think...
like ages ago. I'm not going
I
to
suppose
lie.
technically I've got friends on Facebook that I was at high school with that actually I was at primary school with
Well,
as
yeah, I
well.
was going to say,
But not many.
quite a few, because we live in quite a small town. Most of us did go to the same secondary school, so we all
Right.
stayed friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that unusual for you to be friends with?
Yeah, I'm
friends with quite a
on
few people
Facebook.
from primary
You
I'm
school.
in
stayed
touch
in
with
the town
2 or
for
3
a time,
people
yeah.
from my primary school. I'm in touch with on Facebook, I'm in touch with about 30 people from my secondary school, but I would only ever see about
Actually,
5.
I
I
think
actually-
about my actual infant school. I don't think I'm friends with anyone from there.
I bumped into my primary school crush the other day in London.
Awesome.
I tried to hide from him.
How,
I literally did. I tried to hide him behind a
In the
post, and he just
sandpit.
came round and he was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Yeah, hi, Ollie. Yeah, hi."
So hiding
Really
behind the
embarrassing.
post probably didn't help you in the long.
No, and it
What's
was really
slightly weird
embarrassing.
is I always had a crush on my French teacher when I was at secondary school.
I'm guessing it was a woman.
Yeah, fortunately. Thanks for that.
Monsieur Pierre.
She had a very masculine quality and a moustache.
Because being gay is funny, obviously.
Yeah. But
Oh,
anime,
controversial.
I had a crush on her, and she was about, I don't know, 15 years older than us, maybe 17, 18. And I've managed to vaguely track her down, and I think she works in Epsom, and I'd kind of
Why?
like to see
Why
her
do
and
you
say
want to
hello.
track her down?
Well, because I haven't seen her since
That
I left
sounds
school.
really
That
stalkerish.
sounds very
Creepy
dodgy.
way. I don't want to attack her.
I've tried to track her down, and
I've hired several private
I don't think I've
investigators.
ever had a crush on a teacher.
Really?
I mean, we only had a few young ones at school, so we all used to say, joke around. But I don't actually think I've ever had a crush on a teacher.
Okay. Nick,
Have
have you ever had a crush on Nicole's teachers?
had a crush. Did I? I don't know if I ever actually. I had a crush on, like, when I was a kid and I used to do sort of amateur dramatics and stuff. I'd always have it, like, there was one sort of, I guess, she was probably in her 20s, but, like, obviously at the time.
You were a teenager.
At the
Well,
time,
I
you
was
wished
probably about 12.
you were 45.
Okay.
So I thought she was like,
Nearly a teenager.
yeah, nearly a teenager. Yeah, fair enough. And so, but I did have a massive crush on her. Estelle, her name was.
Do you
Right?
think it's more a boy thing to have a crush on a teacher?
No.
Or do you think...
No, I don't
I
think
think
I
it-
ever had a. I
Mind
don't think
you,
I
do
would
you
ever
not
would
think
have a
more
crush on
You
any
have
of my
a bigger
teachers.
choice. I mean, this might be like...
I think it depends on the
but do you
teachers
not
that
think
are available.
most teachers are ladies?
Do I think most teachers are ladies? No.
No, as in, like, it's more popular to be a teacher if you're a woman.
I think it certainly is primary school teachers.
Yeah,
but
primary
secondary
school.
school, I'd say no.
Yeah, I think we only had one bloke teacher at primary school, but at high school...
We only had one bloke teacher.
But at high school, I'd say it was about 50-50.
One of my
probably.
favourite teachers at primary school was called Mr. Pipe.
Our headmaster
didn't
was
have
a
a
teacher,
pipe.
though. Headmaster was a teacher. Our headmaster was a man.
Yeah, but can anyone comment on Mr. Pipe?
We had a headmistress.
Oh, why Mr. Pipe? I'm confused.
I just,
He was
I liked
his
him.
favourite Mr. Man.
Mr.
I used to
Pipe,
love them.
What would he do?
I used
Smoke?
to have a
He
satchel.
wasn't.
Mr.
He
Man.
wasn't well received.
or allow water transference from one part of his house to another.
Me and all my cousins had Mr. Men bags.
Mr. Man bag?
Yeah.
What was your favourite Mr. Man or Little
What-
Miss?
I don't know. I don't know actually.
If you were a Little Miss, what would you be?
Nick.
I would be Little Miss
No,
Sunshine.
no, no. What would you? What would you?
What
I
would you
can't-
think Nicole would
I d-
be?
What would I be?
Little Miss...
I think the one I can think of is Little Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Naughty?
Aw.
Well, I can't remember
No,
what other
you
ones
can
there
make
are.
one up. You
There's
can
a
be a Little
naughty.
Miss whatever you want. Because there is actually not thousands, hundreds of them now. They make up new ones all the
I
time.
met Roger
so
Hargreaves.
make one up.
Little Miss
Awesome.
Avoidy.
Avoidy.
Yeah, whenever I come near you, you desperately try and avoid me.
No, I don't.
Little
This
Miss
looks-
Speak Over Nick. That's what...
Little Miss Speak Over Nick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Little Miss Ignory.
I think we should invent a
Aw.
Mr. Man for each of us before
Little
we
Miss
finish.
My Wife.
Okay. Oh, that sounds like you miss your wife.
Nick, Mr. Big Head? Would that be fair for you?
That's terrible for Nicole.
I don't think.
It's the wrong
I don't
gesture
think
She's
you're.
got a big head.
I
but
don't
she
think you're
can colour
big-headed
it.
though, or are you saying you've got a big head?
The famous story, I have to fly my caps in from America to get ones that are big enough because I couldn't get a baseball cap in England that was big enough.
That is true.
Bigheadcaps.com.
Big head. Is that actually what it's called? Big head
Yeah,
caps.
it really is. It really is. It's too traumatic to go into the story now. What Mr. Man
Get
can
one
I
of my
be
big
then?
caps out of my wardrobe.
Mm.
Mr. Hard?
You've got a
Mr.
cowboy hat on the top, but it's not cowboy, but like.
Yeah.
Mr.
So
Tough?
it's an Indiana Jones one.
Guys, you're ignoring all my suggestions.
It's that
I
hard
think
to
you're
listen.
little Mr. Nice.
Mr. Maxi
Mr.
Muscle.
Try that
Mr.
on your head,
Mr. Too
little
Nice.
tiny head.
Mr. Too Nice.
You're Mr. Too
Why
Nice.
am I too nice?
Because you are.
Do you want me to slap you around the face? I won't
I
be
always
so
get
nice
told
then.
I'm too. Oh my god. How big is your head?
For the listeners, Nicole has just tried on one of Nick's big head caps.
It's gone completely
And
over
I
my
think
eyes.
it's fair to say it's drowned her.
Spectacular. I think we need a photo. We'll have to put this on the WGNI website
This will be on.
because it's going to take me a second
If
to
you
get.
can ever imagine a cap going over half of someone's head, that is what has just happened in the studio.
Nicole's ready for the photo, and I'm still a long way from being able to actually take
Just
it.
you need it. Right.
You need
Right.
what's known as ability.
3,
Nick.
2,
You know, multitasking
1.
ability. Can I just say to the listeners, if ever I
see through.
Let's
No.
hope so.
can I just say to the listeners, if ever I call Nick Murphy and then he tries to go in a shop and order a coffee or something or get some food, he has to stop speaking to me. He can't.
A little boy trying on their dad's.
You do a little bit, yeah.
That's spectacular.
I always think that a
like
radio
that. You're gonna
show
have to put that
is
up.
brilliant to have the presenters looking at photos of each other on it.
Sorry.
That always goes really well. So yeah, well done.
Minty.
Unbelievably, it's flown by again, Nicole,
Aww.
and it's been a complete honour having you here with us. How have you found it tonight?
I've loved it. It's just way too hot in here.
Yeah, well, that's the effect that
That's
Nick
what you two
has.
have on me.
Yeah, exactly. Nick, there's a minute left. How have you felt about tonight?
It has been damn warm, but then Nicole Ansie's been lying on my bed, so it could be icy in here, and I'd still be hot under the collar.
Oh.
That's smooth. Nice,
Thanks.
nice work.
Thanks.
And if anyone's remotely interested, I've quite enjoyed myself too.
I think next time I'm going to try and find Nick a lady.
You're my wife.
You're going to try and
Oh.
find.
Are we going?
Oh, I've married someone else now.
Oh, unlucky. But you're on a
You
break.
know you said
though,
a
so-
name then, didn't you?
What? No. What?
Oh.
Whose name?
Don't know. Ben's?
You haven't married me, have you? Without me knowing. Again, I was drunk.
You're going to sleep with me. You should have
Ah.
not done it behind my back. You should have done it to my face.
If you're going to palm me off with
We
margarine.
do it to your
No, that
face. You just
doesn't-
never look or notice. You drink water weirdly. Anyway,
Well,
You've got a small head.
you've
No,
got a big
you-
head.
I don't think
It's all
that's
relative.
right, is it?
Tiny
It's
head
been a
caps
complete
dot com.
pleasure. Nicole C., you've been a complete legend.
Thank
you
you.
so much. As ever,
You're both
as
legends.
is our want, we have to hand over to the always gorgeous Nick Murphy to sum up.
Well, that has flown by, and it's been a bit crazy. We've had songs that we've chosen instead of the random songs. We've only had about 2 regular listeners message in, but it's been wonderful to have Nicole Ansey in the studio. So from myself, Nick Murphy, and from the ever lovely Ben Simmons, we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Cheery bye.
Bye.